Hi everyone, I'm Missy. When I started this journey, I felt like I was standing at the base of a mountain, looking straight up into clouds I couldn't see through. And I actually used to live in Colorado. I stood at trailheads like that where the peak just disappears into the mist and you have no idea what's actually up there. No idea how steep it gets. No idea what's waiting around the next bend. That's exactly what starting GLP-1 felt like, the unknown. I didn't know if I'd lose weight. I didn't know how my body would react. I didn't know about the bumps I'd hit along the trail, the parts nobody warns you about before you take that first step. I'm 11 months into this climb now. I lost 78 pounds. And today I want to share 6 things I wish someone had told me before starting up into that mountain, the unknown, the things that would have made the climb a little less uncertain, a little less confusing. Tip number 1, the climb isn't the same for everyone, and weight loss is not instant. Here's something about mountains. Everyone's trail looks different, even on the same peak. Some people find a straight, steady path, and others have switchbacks, loose gravel, sections where they barely move forward at all. Your body naturally produces different levels of the GLP-1 hormone than mine does. Some people need more help from the medication to see movement. Others need less. It's biology, not effort. So if you don't lose anything in the first month or even the first 2 months, that doesn't mean you're not climbing. It might just mean your particular trail has more switchbacks before the path opens up. Please know it's not a reflection of your effort. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's just the mountain you were given and part of stepping into the unknown. Tip number 2, you don't have to take every trail someone points you toward. You do not have to increase your dosage just because it's suggested. If you're on a dose that's working, if you're moving up that mountain steady, if the conditions are manageable, you don't automatically need to switch to a harder trail just because someone says that's the next step. You are the one climbing this mountain. Your doctor is your guide, but you get a voice in which path you take. Remember that. If the trail you're on is working, you don't have to leave it just because you don't know what's further up. The third thing, and this is the one I regret the most, take a picture from base camp. In other words, take your before pictures and measurements. I did not do that. I never photographed the base of my mountain. I was too focused on just starting the climb, too caught up in the unknown of it all, that I didn't think to document where I began. But by pure luck, I found some old photos from last year. So, yeah, photos I wasn't even trying to take for this purpose. And when I compared them to now, I was stunned. Seeing it laid out like that, side by side, it hit me the way the scale never did. Here's why this matters. The scale only tells you your current altitude, but a photo shows you the whole mountain behind you, how far you've actually climbed, even through all that unknown territory. So if you're standing at your own base camp right now, in other words, you're at the start and you feel awkward doing it, even if you don't want to look at yourself, take that picture. Go ahead, take those measurements. You'll want proof of how far you've come, even on the days the scale doesn't show it. And a quick tip, use the same lighting, the same outfit if possible, and the same angle. Front, side, maybe back. Write down your measurements, waist, hips, arms and thighs. Put it somewhere so you don't lose it. One thing I will say, I decided to buy some new lounge pants and I had to measure my hips. And I cannot believe I'm down to 48 inches right now. I was always at 61 inches for my hips. Now I'm down to 48. Wow. I cannot believe that. I was stunned. And you just, and my waist is 42. So my waist currently is 42. My hips are 48. So I was thrilled to see I'm under 50 inches. So I've lost over 10 inches on my hips, and I don't know what I lost on my waist, but I do always remember my butt and hips are always the biggest part of me. And I was always like 60, 61 all the time. And I was always a size 32 women's for the pants. So anyway, I had to share that. So it was just thrilling to get such a non-scale victory like that, to see it. The fourth thing, you don't need to sprint up the mountain. Find movement you actually enjoy. I want to tell you something I actually said in my very first video because it stuck with me this whole journey. It's about our horses. My husband and I have 2 rescue horses, and they're out in the pasture all day. They graze for about 16 hours a day, roughly. And here's the thing, they don't stand still while they eat. They take a bite of grass, then take a step or two, then take another bite, and over it goes all day long. Research shows pastured horses, they walk close to 2 miles a day this way, most of it just from this slow, constant grazing movement. Not running, not sprinting, just gentle, steady motion, hour after hour. That's what changed everything for me. I stopped thinking I needed to sprint up this unknown mountain. I found something gentle, health bouncing, rebounding, and it became more like grazing than climbing, slow and steady and constant. And somehow that gentle, constant movement added up to real powerful change, just like it does for those horses. So if you have bad knees, like I do, if traditional exercise feels impossible right now, you don't need to sprint. Find your version of grazing, slow, steady movement that you actually want to do. I love my rebounding. It's fantastic. I'll never give it up. I rebound once to twice a day, usually twice a day. I feel like I'm slimmer and more lean, and my clothes definitely are getting looser. The fifth thing, the mountain changes you, and that includes your skin. Loose skin is just part of the deal. Know that going in. Nobody really tells you this before the climb. It's one more piece of the unknown. When you lose a significant amount of weight, especially after 50, your skin doesn't always bounce back the way it might have when you were younger. I want you to know that now before it surprises you. It doesn't mean that you failed the climb. It doesn't mean you did something wrong. It's just what happens on this particular journey, this mountain, at this particular age. You can build muscle, stay hydrated, eat your protein, all of that helps. But some loose skin may still happen. That's okay. That's just the honest terrain of this journey. And the sixth thing, my last one, what to do when you get lightheaded from the altitude. Anyone who's climbed a real mountain knows this feeling. The higher you go, the thinner the air gets. And suddenly you feel dizzy, foggy, off balance. It catches people off guard every time. But here's the good news. On an actual mountain, there's a simple fix. Drink water. That's it. That's the remedy for altitude sickness more often than people realize. And it turns out that's true on this mountain too. Protein, water, fiber, movement, your non-negotiables. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this phrase: patience fuels my wellness. Patience fuels my wellness. P for protein, it preserves your muscle for the climb ahead. W is the water, is your altitude remedy. It helps with everything, literally everything, especially constipation, which is more common on this medication than people talk about. When things feel off, when you feel foggy or stuck, water is often the simplest fix. F for fiber. is huge for digestion too. Things like peas and fresh fruit make a real difference for me. And M for movement, your version of grazing. Remember? Whatever form you enjoy, you've got to enjoy the movement. These 4 things became my base camp supplies. Not perfect, not extreme, just consistent, reliable supplies for the climb. And the simple fix, more often than not, when something feels off. Let's recap quickly. 1, the climb isn't the same for everyone. 2, you don't have to take every trail someone points you toward. 3, take a picture from base camp. Don't forget the pictures. Number 4, you don't need to sprint. Let's keep it simple. Number 5, the mountain changes you, including your skin. And 6, when you feel lightheaded, drink your water. It's often the simplest fix. Now listen, if you're standing at your own base camp right now, you're starting this journey, staring up into your own unknown, wondering if you can make this climb, I hope this helps you go in with your eyes a little bit more open and a little more grace for yourself along the way. What do you wish you'd known before starting your climb? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Remember, progress over perfection, always. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.